Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, the 1st of October, and we've lacking a bit of equipment, so Jane's actually holding the camera. This will be fun. And everyone keeps telling me I should go to Screenshot Direct and all those sorts of things, but I like filming it. It feels real. Anyway, look at this. No doldrums, basically. The trade winds have come up, the trade winds up here have come down, and there's only a little slot between the two, so that's the most interesting. You don't see that all the time. So all of the boats have got a bit of breeze, except for the fact that if we look here in the middle, or the back end of the lead pack, Pat, Kirsten, and Tapio are in a straight line, not going anywhere fast. So this area of very light winds, Tapio's doing 3.3, Kirsten's doing 3.3, Pat's doing 1.7, and Simon's already on a roll 3.3. So I think he's into this slot. This area of no ending north a little bit slowly, so it's gone over the top of them. This is a 4 o'clock UTC position, and at 8 o'clock UTC we'll probably see something happen with these guys. They would be on the move. Abolish the same, 1.5 knots, but they're nearly through it. So this is going to be interesting, and Kirsten's done a great job to catch up. We were wondering, jeepers, she's been lucky. Is she motoring? Is she doing what? But she's been flying. So this is starting to be a very interesting story at the front end of the fleet. At the mid-range, it's still kind of strange. I don't know why Goog's heading so far out to the west. He must be talking to the others on the radio and think that's the place to be. But as you'll see, when you look at these trade winds, you're giving away your westing. If you hit these trades at this point, you can actually crack off a bit and go down. If you hit them at this point, you sort of, oh, where do I go from here? You've got to start tacking. So, it's an interesting aspect. And for the look of this, you're better off being in the east once you hit it, because you're going to get a more favourable slant down on the run line, which is down here. So I'm not sure what Goog's up to. Anyway, he's over by Damien. Damien's doing really well. He's making 5 knots at the moment. Jeremy, 4.3. All looking pretty good, and at the back here, Ian Herbert Jones got around the Verdes. I think he'd be happy there. There's a lot of psychology going on here, and he was questioning many things in the Canaries, and it's a good thing to see him sail past. Let's just say now next stop's Cape Town, but he'll keep going for sure. And Arnaud is still rocketing along, 5.5, so they're all in the hunt. The big magic figure, I had a question coming up that I'll answer today. What's this magic figure with Damien? I keep talking about 550 miles. That was the original distance after he was partway through the Biscay to Simon. And now you'll see it's closing up. This is just a relative thing, and you can see he's squeezing up to the leaders. So that's 400 miles there. So he's taken out 150 miles in the last sort of 10 days. That may continue, but depends on when these guys break into the southeasterly trades, and it's going to happen very soon. So I'll get rid of that one. Oh no, before I do, okay, so how far is the bat guys from Simon in direct line course? Only 75 miles. So the 3 behind Simon are within 75 miles of Simon, and that's just nothing. This is going to be a very interesting ride going along. So what's happening to the weather as we move it forward? We go forward a day into the second. It's around about there. There we go. It hasn't moved. This sort of dead area through here hasn't moved much. So these guys, Pat, Kirsten, Tapio, and Avalish will absolutely get breeze today. It's right from where they want to go, so they're going to have to decide port tack, starboard tack. And in that instance, I would be going starboard tack for sure, because you're closer to the run line. Interesting here, Lutz did the bloody track here for Bernard, and I'm just wondering whether it's all gone right, because I didn't realise he was so far over to the coast at that stage. So I'm expecting to see him tack across any time, but maybe Lutz got it wrong. We will see. Anyway, because he had to interpolate all the positions off his book, off the map in his book. So but it's quite interesting to watch. Anyway, Guy and Ayrton are on top of each other, just following each other down. Elliot's taken out a lot of ground. He's actually caught up a lot to these guys, so that's really good to see. Doing 2.4 knots, not a lot of breeze there. So the next day or two going to be very interesting, but soon they'll all be across. And this is the most interesting, the mid-range fleet. Damien, Jeremy, Michael Goog, Elliot, Are they going to keep moving on top of these? I don't think so. I think today you're going to see these guys take off, and then there'll be a distinct two groups in the race. So that's one day ahead. So we'll go 2 days ahead. Again, plenty of breeze. That's good. That's going to be a fast transit. So these guys up the back, they're going to hold it, and then they just got to squeak across. So that's kind of cool. This could be a relatively quick. There's another day ahead, 4th. So this is 3 days ahead now. The only bad news is it's headwinds here. So again, they're going to be tacking earlier, but that's amazing. It's like a bridge through the doldrums. Anyway, good luck to them all. So that's about it. And thank you very much. We'll see you. There's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, it's a quick